future of the human race. What is the future of the human race? We believe that life arose spontaneously on the Earth, so it must be possible for life to appear on other suitable planets, of which there seem to be a large number in the galaxy. But we don't know how life first appeared. We have two pieces of observational evidence on the probability of life appearing. The first is that we have fossils of algae from 3.5 billion years ago. The Earth was formed 4.6 billion years ago, and was probably too hot for about the first half-billion years. So life appeared on Earth within half a billion years of it being possible, which is short compared to the 10 billion year lifetime of the planet of Earth type. This suggests that the probability of life appearing is reasonably high. If it was very low, one would have expected it to take most of the 10 billion years available.
Friends, Romans, and Tetris citizens, it is time for more classic Tetris Monthly Masters event for December 2025. And yeah, we have got one single solitary solo match for you, but it is a doozy. It's going to be Andy versus Allenbot coming out of that blue-purple bracket. The winner of that match will make it to the top four. So we've already got two players sitting there waiting in our top four semifinals. Dog versus Sidnev. That is going to be an exciting one. And it's either going to be Pixelandy or Allenbot playing either Blue Scooty or Tugi. So yeah, happy December 36th. We're getting very near the end. Just to review the rules for a moment, players, remember this is a best of 5, so the first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. Level 18 starts all the way through level 39. Super kill screen should be activated, and please do uncap the score. We will be using same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. And remember, players, you are not to receive any help while you are playing, right? No advice, no anything. Just you and your mind alone with the game. That is it. Do not pause unless the commentator tells you to, especially if you do experience tech issues like with OBS or your computer or your internet or your camera or anything. Just keep playing and I will sort it out. I'll give instructions verbally or in chat, and I will sort it out. So just keep playing. Don't pause. Just keep playing. All right. And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $511.20. We are a little bit short of making our goal, and we only have, how many more matches to go? Let's take a look. We have Blue Scooty and Tugi, Andy and Allenbot. That's 2. The 2 semifinals, and the finals. So we have 5 matches to raise $1,500. Seems like we're not going to get there, but I still have hope in my heart that we can get there. We haven't missed our goal in a lot of time. I could go look up right now. When is the last time we missed our goal? It was August of 2023, and I don't even know what the goal was. It says it was 1,500. The goal may have been 1,500, but we only got to, we got to 1,500. The goal may have been 1,500 back then. So that is every other time going back to January of 2022, it's been 2,000 or more for the prize pool. So yeah, we're really in danger of breaking a streak here. So anything you can do, 1, 5, 10, 100, whatever you got kicking around, please do consider contributing to the prize pool. Use that Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. That'll bring up a link. Click on that link. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you find a button that says login. Click on that button to log in, and you can log in with your existing Twitch, YouTube, or Discord accounts. Once you're in, over on the right side, look for the orange colored button that says contribute. Use that button to contribute. Okay? Prize pool is super important. It's what keeps these players coming back month after month. Without that prize pool, what would we be? I don't know. It would just be some guy ranting and raving into a microphone. And then, playing Kingsman versus Martz for the Masters Championship. That's what it would be. Okay? So, anyway, do it. If you can help us out, that would be great. Our prize pool is 100% funded by you guys. No sponsors. It's just you. So this whole thing gets as big as you want it, and you're able to make it get. So thanks to everybody who's contributed so far. Really appreciate your support, and hopefully we can find a way miraculously to get over the hump. But it's looking grim. So yeah, that is how to support the players. If you want to support the channel, you can do that. Use the Matcherino command I'm sorry, use the support command to find ways to support us. That's what I meant to say. Use that support command. You'll find ways to support us. One way is to go to patreon.com/monthlytetris and make an ongoing pledge of support to keep this channel going and bringing you all this Tetris. Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Madelsberger, Corporal Shelby Jr., Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Kakin, Davin, Javanti, Jason, Sunny, and everybody else in this live. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate that. And if you don't like Patreon, there are other ways to support us. You'll find them in that support command. If you want to make a regular recurring pledge, some of the people on this slide are doing that. You can go to, you can use the Streamlabs or PayPal links, and I believe those should allow you to do very much the same thing. And if you're watching on YouTube, you've got some platform-specific ways to support us, like Super Chats and stickers. You can join the channel as a member. You can gift a channel membership. You can gift multiple channel memberships. Over on Twitch, you've got bits, you've got subs, you got gift subs. You can give multiple subs. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get an Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subscription to apply to the streamer of your choice on a monthly basis. But you cannot save or stack these. You must use them or lose them on a monthly basis. That is it. So don't lose them. Use them on your favorite streamer and us. So whoever your favorite streamers are, use it on them, but also include us. We certainly are not your favorite streamer. Obsessive Pixels says, Obsessive Pickles is funnier. Obsessive Pixels, Vandy, did you watch Boston Tea Party? I did watch some parts of it. I didn't watch the finals, but I watched some parts of it. Okay, let's go on over to our game scene. We'll get our players situated. They should be more or less lined up already since we had them playing last time. Now, this is a match that was going to occur the other day, but one of our players was kind of injured, so we decided to delay it, give them time to heal up, and so we're ready to go. What's up, Chen? Welcome. Zoltan is here. Welcome. Country Balls texting says, who won September? You mean like this year, September? Or September of whatever? Yeah, there's only been 1 month that we've been below 2,000 in the prize pool for Masters. That was August of 2023. And that really going all the way back to, before that, it was just like the first few months of us using Matcherino. So yeah, since February of 2022, the prize pool has only been below 2,000 only one time. And I think we are headed for that again. Although last month we were at 4,000 and in August we were at 4,000. So we need to average it out a little bit, guys. You need to save it. Oh, this year's September? This year's September winner was nobody because we did not run a CTM in September. I had some problems here at my home, and I was not able to stream consistently, so we had to call it off that month. That's why we did it December. A lot of times we'll take December off just for holidays and stuff like that, but because we didn't do a September, that's why we're doing a December. All right. Players, I am going to dump the pieces in the chat. The music is here. And then I'm just going to be back in 60 seconds. And the pieces should be in the chat. They are not. So let me hit that button again. All right. Pieces are in the chat. If we can get a pinner, that would be great. I'll start us off. I'll be right back. Yes, Max. Your match would be after this one. So, assuming Max F and Duke are here, we're gonna do their tier 2 match after Pixelandy and Allenbot. Your S video cable is just broken. That's why. All right. Yeah. So yeah, Allenbot has some capture issues. It doesn't look like that on his screen. It's just a capture issue. So let's not harp on it, everybody. All right, we get it. It's there. Sure, if he could get another S video cable, he would do that. So let us move on. All right, players, the pieces are in the chat. A2C98D, A2C98D. But yes, after this one, Max, that's when we would do it. Assuming you want to, but it's kind of, basically it's this match that is, these go long. What do you mean these go long? It's 5 games. And it'll probably be done in about 45 minutes. Somewhere between 40 and 50 minutes, something like that. But I don't know what you mean by long. So something like that. Okay? All right, guys, let's get our warm-ups done and yes, the length of the match is about, it'll be somewhere between 40 minutes and an hour. Somewhere in there. I don't know. It depends on when these guys stop warming up. All right. So yeah, basically that match between Max and Duke is if it goes one way, we can launch all the next month of tournaments tonight. If it doesn't, if it goes a different way, then we have to wait. So I'm not going to tell you who to root for, but and if you know in the chat, then don't tell anyone. Don't say who it is. What's up, Mr. Burrow? You want to make sure it doesn't interfere with wars. Yeah, no. Well, yeah. I mean, so the entire month of January's tournaments is being held up by this one match, Max. I'm not sure if that's the case on Tetris Wars. So I understand you have previous commitments to Wars as well, but okay, perfectly. All right, good. All right, A2C98D, A2C98D. I'm going to refresh both these players, make sure that they're synced up. Just to be 1,000,000% sure. Looks like both players are ready. Pixelandy and Allenbot. The winner goes to the semifinals. Let's find out who it's going to be in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left side, Andy, 5-time CTM Masters event winner. Oh, wait. Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, the countdown happened. Okay, good. I thought it didn't happen, but it did. All right, good. Those are the pieces. Anyway, left side of your screen, Pixelandy, seed number 4, 5-time CTM Masters event winner. Pixelandy had previously won one back in August of 2023, and then kind of went on sort of hiatus, at least in terms of open tournament play, rolling, and all that. And, just decided during that time, oh yeah, I'm just going to be the greatest ass player that's ever lived, and achieve that. So now he's back, and he's doing a new form of rolling called knuckling, and he used that to come back in 22 months after his previous win in Masters, take one in June of 2025, and also, just to prove it was not a fluke, was the runner-up in August of 2025 and has had several strong performances since then. So Pixelandy back in the fold, rolling, playing open tournaments. PB of 11.9 million. He used to have the overall score world record back when he had I think it was like 8.9 million, something like that. He's ranked number 4 in the Premier poll heading into this tournament. That was the December rankings. I haven't looked at the January ones yet because as far as we're concerned, it's still December. It looks like we had a contribution to the prize pool from Chris S in the amount of $100. That takes us up to 611. Sorry, I think I went away for a minute to use the facilities, and I think that's when that came in. So Chris, I'm sorry I missed your contribution. Thank you so very much for getting a big chunk of what we have remaining off the board. So really appreciate that, Chris. $100. We're at 611.20 for the prize pool. Anyway, Andy got his 5th Masters event back in June. He's also won 7 of our monthly DAS Masters and our first annual DAS Masters or Mega Dasters champion. So 8 overall wins in our DAS events out of the 11 times that we've held it. So he's doing okay. He's also your reigning Jonas Cup winner. That is the winner. That is CTWC's North American DAS Championship. He's won several seasons of CTL. He's one of the players who's crashed the game, and he's been in CTWC gold brackets 6 times with a lot of high finishes. He's never finished outside of the top 16, and he's got 3 top 4 finishes, including second place in 2020, and a couple of top 8 finishes as well. So, or at least one top 8 finish and a bunch of top 4s, and he's doing all right. He's doing okay at CTWC. Just recently won Pumpy Heart's 12-day tournament, which was a 1-day tournament on level 12. 387 here for Pixelandy, 368 for Allenbot. Allenbot, seed number 21 from Singapore. Allen's got a PB of 3.74 million. Currently unranked player, but was, pretty consistently on the, ranked in the Premier poll, which you can find, by the way, at premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. But kind of stepped away for a while and is now just the last few months coming back and playing again. He's got a shot at a semifinal. He is a, 4-time Classic Tetris Singapore champion, 22 through 25. He's won a hopefuls in a challenger circuit. Also the runner-up in a CTM. That was back in September of 2023 when Luis won it. Played in the Tetris Effect Connected World Championship in 23 and 24, taking top 8 spots in those. And he's played in Mega Masters 3 times. Allenbot had to start in round 1 in virtue of his top 21 seed. And he defeated Somalian Captain in round 1, Duji in round 2, Tetris Time in round 3, and is now here in round 4, which is the round of 8. 536 for Allen, 538 for Pixelandy, so pretty darn close between these two. What is his color palette for Allen? Yeah, he's just got an issue with his capture card, or the cable going into his capture card, so it just kind of goes in and out. So, no big deal. Oh, it says top 16. Oh, there you go. 587 for Pixelandy, 607 for Allenbot. Steele's was saying, oh, Luis, right? Bro just showed up, won Masters, and then left. Yeah, I was trying to make a list. Like, if we, let's say, like, this is theoretical. Let's say we had a Masters Invitational and we invited the last 8 unique players to win a Masters event. Luis is one of those players. We've had, like, you know, Scooty, Dog, Alex T, Pixelandy, Fractal. That's 6. And then the 7th and 8th most recent unique players to win a Masters event, Huffaluffagus and Luis, which is crazy. 677 Pixelandy, 736 for Allenbot. Just shows how dominating those, like, really those top 6 players and really the top 5 have been. Oh, and Sidnev. Oh, and Sidnev, that's right. But yeah, I thought I said the word Sidnev. That's 6. Yeah, Alex T. Yeah, I thought I said the word Sidnev. It's on my list. I posted it in CTM. But 806 for Allenbot. Just shows you how dominating, really, you know, 4 or 5 of those players have been. TO for Pixelandy, 806 for Allenbot. Yeah, this year it's really just been, you know, Dog, Scooty, Alex T, and Andy. That's it. But Allenbot with a chance to break that. Sidnev with a chance to break that. 848 for Allenbot. 837 for Pixelandy. Do I think there will be a new Masters winner in 2026? I'm going to say yes. I do think there will be. You guys should gamble on who it's going to be. From King's Fave 5, I have no idea who's. I'm not really keyed into the Kingsman cinematic universe. All right, Allenbot with a nice triple here. Long bar in Tetris for Allenbot. 907, 984 for Pixelandy. STM does not count as a Masters, no. The original 2020 and 2021 multi-mode championships do. These stupid Tetris monthlies do not. But if we do an annual multi-mode championship again, like a many different variants one, then it will. A22 for Allenbot, A64 for Pixelandy. He's in to 29 at B00. Yeah, then Tap Masters doesn't either. It's got the word Masters in it, but we're talking about, basically when we say Masters, we're saying, you know, open. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's basically open playstyle, so no playstyle restrictions. And it has to basically be the entire menu of Tetris skills, right? Which is why no single mode STM can qualify for a Masters title. CO6 for Allenbot, B79 for Pixelandy. Meme has not won. No. Meme has been in the finals for the first time in October. C25 for, I think it was October. DO4 Andy. C69 for Allen. So Allen with about 80,000 points. Board climbing. He's got to bring this down. He's got 45 lines to work with. All right, Andy bringing this down. He's at D79. Allen's at D20. 59,000 points now. A Tetris around here worth north of 45,000 points. So at level 39, when they cross into it, it'll be worth 48,000. So we're 3 levels shy of that. So 36, 44, 45, 46,000. So Allen is staying alive, and he's within a Tetris of catching up to Andy, but Andy with the far superior board. So Allenbot would have to make some lemonade out of these lemons if he wants any chance, and just not going to be able to do it. And that is a 1.42 for Allen, and is going to top out. So great match in game number 1 of this top 8. So Allenbot making Andy work for it. GG's. Yeah, no bars does not. Yeah, the Masters STM does not count as a Masters title. Not the monthlies. The old multi-mode championships do. Okay, looks like both players are ready for new pieces. Let's see if they come through. Yes, there they are. 3C8D76. And yeah, so Knight was the winner of no bars. It doesn't count as a Masters, but Knight definitely on the short list of players who could be a new Masters winner. We have some of the long timers who've been waiting to get one for a while, and it looks like, yeah, I was just about to seed check Allenbot, but 3C8D76. All right, there we go. All right, you escaped by the skin of your teeth. All right, looks like both players are ready. Andy's up 1 game to none, 3-2-1 Tetris. That said, Knight, that was your best tournament cash so far. So you can say I don't count no bars, but you know, we got you paid a little bit, just a little bit. That's kind of one of the goals of the STM series, is to run some, you know, alternate formats, so that people who haven't really been able to, you know, burst through in the standard format can have a chance to kind of show off what they've got and, you know, take down a substantial prize, you know, for what they are able to do. Oh, I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. All right, we're underway here in game 2. Pixelandy and Allenbot played a great game number 1. Abby Normal with the $10 contribution to the prize pool. Thank you, Abby Normal. That is fantastic. We're up to 621.20. So, you know, we're $1,378.80 away. That's it. We're getting there. I'm really glad we made progress this stream. I was really starting to get worried. We have this match and then 4 more, and that's it, to try to meet our goal. And we haven't missed it. We haven't really missed it since before we had goals. Now that I look at it, like before, we were just kind of hoping, you know, see what people would dump in. So we haven't really missed our goal, like while we've had goals. So this could be the first month. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. That December is an odd month. You know, people, a lot of times you worry, or other people worry. They're like, oh my God, nobody's qualifying. It's dying. It's fine. Like December tournaments and qualifiers, they're just, you know, people are away on vacation, taking a rest, taking a break, whatever. And the numbers go down a little bit. Which is why it's been safe to sort of take December's off a little bit, but we couldn't really do it having missed September. 245 for Pixelandy, 228 for Allenbot. Colin said the food in Lisbon has been incredible. Well, I'm sorry that you're having such a bad experience, that the food is not very credible. 280 for Allenbot, 273 for Pixelandy. Oh yeah, plus December, you know, some people, you know, November to December, they got finals happening at school. So it's a good month to normally take off, but just couldn't do it, man. Evesy with the sub on Twitch. Thank you, Evesy. Appreciate that. It's so good, I won't believe it. Why wouldn't I believe it? I would believe it. I would say this is happening. This is an experience that I'm having right now, and I believe it. I expect things to be good. So when good things happen, I believe it. 398 for Allenbot, 346 for Pixelandy. Colin, what's the word of the day? You've been traveling and you've been in dereliction of your word duties. Tetris Pixelandy 394, 421 Allenbot. Marginalia are like notes that people write in the, you know, like when you take notes in a book and you write things in the margins of your book, that's marginalia. So like if you find someone's old copy of a book and you see that they've written notes in the margins, that's what that's called. 512 for Allenbot. There's a Tetris. $486 for Pixelandy. Agglutinative. That has to be some sort of medical thing. So let's see, agglutinate. Right. So it's got to be probably some entangling of something, right? Some mesh or net formed by gluten. I don't know. Is that what it is? Well, I guess part of speech I have wrong, but you get the idea. A type of language that primarily forms words by stringing together morphemes. So like German. $593 for Pixelandy, $743 for Allenbot. Yeah, I didn't know that one. All right, I love it. $757 for Allenbot, $702 for Pixelandy. I'm gonna write that down. Agglutinative. All right, I've typed it into my little notes document. Forming derivative or compound words by putting together constituents, each of which expresses a single definite meaning. So Greek is like that. So it's like Greek, like one of those. $925 for Allenbot. Split double there for Allen. Allen's got the lead, 940. $9.98 Allenbot into 29, A43 for Pixelandy. So Andy right now with about a 70, well, now about 100,000 point lead. And Andy is like 15 lines back. So Allenbot, really, yeah, he's got to catch up, but he's also has to more than catch up just because of how far behind in line, far behind in lines Andy is. Do I know what conservative means when describing a language? It's just one that doesn't change very much. And that's going to be a top out for Allenbot at C28, and Andy was already at C29. So Andy is going to take game number 2 and go up 2 games to none. All right, so Andy going to go ahead and try to get the rollover, try to pad those stats. I'm going to put the pieces in the chat for when Andy is ready. Tetris for Andy, E98. So he has got 13 lines, and basically he's one away and change. There's the one, and now he can just sort of chip this in. He wants to get that rollover. Uh-oh. And the bar goes in. There's the rollover for Andy. He's pleased. He's very pleased. Oh, I have to run an ad? Oh, I should run an ad. All right, I'm running an ad. All right, I've run an ad. Thanks, Colin. I learned a new word today. I'm an English major while reading a great book, but when I just went to get the definition, it said the word was outdated and offensive. So I don't think it would be good to share, but the word is still good and worth the read. You mean the book is still good and worth it? I want to know the word. I do want to know the word. Can you DM me the word? I want to see. What language did I study? When I was in high school, I did French and Spanish. So, well, actually, when I was in middle school, I did French and then French into high school. So I think I had 7 years of French. I had 3 years of Spanish in high school. And then I minored in classics and classical Greek, basically, in college. And I had a philosophy major and minors in economics and journalism. But I didn't graduate, so I can't recommend the triple majoring with a minor. All right, 7007A8. Did you work on studying the classic Greek philosophers? I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, the big ones. You know, Plato, Aristotle. You know, there's some minor you know, you can obviously study pre-Socratics, but there's not a lot there. There's like, you know, a couple pages of fragments, and then after that, no big contributions, but yeah, I mean, those are the two big ones. All right, looks like both players are ready. It's game number 3. Andy up 2 games to none. Let's get him started. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. What do I... Listen, guys. This is a Tetris stream, not a philosophy stream. What do I think of analytic philosophy? I'm gonna say no comment. Does philosophy help your commentary and analysis of Tetris? I wish it did. I don't think anything can help my commentary and analysis of Tetris. I'm not even sure how much analysis I do. I just, you know, just make jokes and give score checks. That's pretty much what I do. Talk about food, give score checks. That's it. But no, I mean, it definitely helps. It helps me navigate the world, including running a Tetris enterprise. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, that is a little, yeah, it's kind of an outdated word as day, and it's taken on some meanings because of some rotten people who use words in certain ways. So yeah, I probably wouldn't use that word, but I wouldn't think badly if someone innocently used it. That is a perfectly innocent word up until it was co-opted by rotten people. Yeah. You guys will never know what word it is. Asday, that's just between you and me, all right? You and me. No, don't ever tell anyone what that word is. All right, 153 for Pixelandy, 158 for Allenbot. It's 6-7. That's right. The word was 6-7, guys. Tetris for Allen, 186. There's one Andy, 200. They're just trading Tetrises back and forth. Yeah, sometimes perfectly good words get adopted and co-opted, such that you can't really use them anymore. And then the problem is there's no good substitutes. All right, 260 for Pixelandy, 282 for Allenbot. All right, Allenbot, a little bit of a tricky build here. Tetris for Pixelandy, 308, 327 for Allen. Good night, Colin. Thank you for bringing the word of the day, marginalia, or marginalia, depending on how you say it. Either one is fine. 381 for Alan. 400 for Pixelandy. Are you asking me what Evesy asking what I think of Descartes? It's too much. We'll have to have a different. I'll have to do it non Tetris stream. $455 for Alan. $435 Pixelandy. But anyway, no comments. Have I taken a philosophy of law class? No, but I've read some. 505 for Pixelandy. 482 Alan. Is a minor the same as a bachelor's degree? No, it's just kind of like a little supplementary concentration of study outside of your bachelor's degree. I mean, it can be an associated topic, but it's just kind of a way to, you have to take some courses that are not part of your major, and this is a way to kind of bring some order and cohesion to what you're studying by having another little sub concentration of study. 585 for Allenbot. 631 for Pixelandy. Oh, you don't do minors over in the UK? Tetris Pixelandy 802 709 for Allenbot. 3 lines apart. Andy about 93,000 points ahead. I don't know. I got to admit, every day I do think about going back, but to what end? That's the problem. To what end? Tetris for Allenbot 777, a lot of sevens. 846 Pixelandy. Allenbot trying to go aggressive here, and going for center. Well, Tetris, and of course as soon as you do that, you're gonna get drowned. That's just the way of the world. But Alan, he knows the assignment. He doesn't want to get too far behind, especially against a player like Pixelandy. You can get so far behind that you can never catch up because he can go all the way to the end. So, Alan doing the right thing, I think, trying to make up some of this ground early. Do you think the players are mulling over the particularities of food and philosophy while listening to commentary? I hope they aren't listening to commentary. I mean, judging by, when they get ready and put the seed in and finish their warm-ups, they seem to not be listening. I wouldn't blame anybody for not doing it. All right, 850 for Pixelandy, 986 for Allenbot. We're on level 29. Tetris for Andy, level 30. Allenbot's board. Oh, he gets a long bar down, so he's still got some life maybe, but no. Board just too messed up. Nothing he can do there. Pixelandy going to take this one in a sweep, and it will be Pixelandy moving on to the semifinals, and he's got yet another shot as he continues to reestablish himself as one of the top players in Classic Tetris. Andy with another semifinals. Allenbot, you did great, man. Hope to see you again. I'm glad you're back. So hopefully we'll see you again in future months. Allenbot, scary, dangerous player, that's for sure. Do you think I'll be ranked in February? I think there's a good chance. I think there's a very good chance. You just want to get ranked one more time, and then that's it. All right, just gotta get ranked. Oh, yeah, it probably feels good to be ranked, right? All right, we're gonna watch Andy. He tries to get another rollover. I mean, you'll certainly get some votes. I mean, geez. I saw Somalia get some votes, right? So, holy moly. Nah, I'm just kidding. Somalian's my bro. I like Somalia. All right, there it is. Another rollover for Pixelandy and a bracket winner. Pixelandy will be moving on to the semi-finals. So GG to you, Pixelandy. Wowies. Pixelandy moving on. There he is. Look at that face, smiling, happy, succeeding. Other pollsters need to let go of Soul and Short Sword. I think there's some players that are just kind of hanging on just from reputation. But generally speaking, like, I don't know, I tend to erode players like who don't play. If they don't play like at least 2 months in a row, they start to go down like 4 or 5 spots, and then 2 to 3 spots every subsequent month. That's kind of how I take it until they're not eligible. But I don't know. All right, folks, that is going to do it for this one. Let's take a look at where we stand. And where we stand is right here. Pixelandy is in, and he will be facing the winner of Blue Scooty and Tugi. Oh, and look at that. Andy's got Allenbot on there. Look at that. Now, is that a nice little tribute? So there you go. So, yeah, I mean, already shaping up to be kind of a banger. 2, 3, and 4 are in there. Tugi and Scooty, that is going to be a heck of a match. Tugi, scary player, right? Tugi is really on an improvement arc, and I don't know. I mean, I think Tugi could take this down. Obviously, Blue Scooty on a run as well. But I don't know. Tugi can be dangerous. So, and Sidnev, you know, I mean, goodness gracious. This could be the second one for Sidnev too. I mean, so it's hard to know exactly, you know, what's going to happen, but that's why it's so exciting every single month. So, okay, well, that is that. Let me go and see if we've got our people here. I'm going to get rid of all this. Just bear with me for 1 second. 4 is gone. And 21 is gone. And let me just get this prepared for next time, which should be a top. Yeah, it's a top 8. Because the next match I have to do. And then let me bring it over here to the Scufftress scene. And let me see how. I don't even know how this scene is configured. ME. Oh, so okay, so it's got that. So what we're gonna do is bring in. Let's see how this works. I'll just bring in seed 31 over here. We have another match I think we're gonna do. I think it's Max versus Duke. And then we'll bring in 32 over here. And I think Duke is already on 32. Okay. Yes. So, Max, are you here? And I don't remember the exact screen name. I think it's like Max F something. Let me see what it is. Max F386. Okay, you are here. Okay, and you'll be streaming to that account, right? Max F386. Max F386. All right, so we'll move. I'm just getting this all set up. You don't need to move your camera at all. I got it. I'll figure it out. We'll get you. Epic Beard Man is here. Do you remember that meme? Epic Beard Man. Oh, we got to get that part in there, just so everybody knows that this channel is being monitored. And this is what this match is. Let me wait for Max to get online and I'll... So this is, let's see, player one name is Max F386. And this player is Duke. Zro's dad. You get to be Zro's dad. The tournament is Community Tier 2 semifinal, right? I could just do Max. All right. It's Max. And we'll put Duke. All right, so just let me know when you're... Okay, you're still setting up? Okay. Let me just refresh here one last time. Oops, that is the wrong... There it is. Okay, while we are waiting for Max to get set up, I do want to make sure that we've thanked those of you who contributed to the prize pool. We're up to 621.20. We had contributions from Abby Normal and from Chris S. So thank you so much. If you do want to contribute to the prize pool for our master, use that Matcherino command. Click on the link, go to the page, click log in and contribute. It's easy and fun. Thank you. Also, thank you to our patrons. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Scott Gray, Jane, the Widow, K9, Techie, Middlesbrough, Corporal Shelby Jr., Troy Dan, Kim, Rogue Potato, Cat, Java, D. Jason, Sonny, and everybody else. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. All right. Maximilian. Just about ready. Okay. And let me actually open up the tournament because otherwise I'll forget to report it. You're live? Okay. You sure? Okay. All All right, you are live. All right. So Duke, you have to play against a picture of yourself with your shirt off. What's up, Scooty's grandpa? Yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay, it's 1 minute. You can still get a minute to warm up. And just let me know when you're back, and we'll get you guys a same piece set seed thing. And that will be good. Now, where is that coming from? What is that thing in the middle? I don't know what that is coming from. Tournament name. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so yeah, just Max will be right back. We'll get this started. Yeah, where is that a camera source coming from? Must be coming from Duke's side. Player 2 camera, player 1 camera, player 1 game, player 2 game. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, there's some weird middle. What is that? It's behind everything. This? Oh, I see. I see what it is. Well, we'll just leave it. It's fine. How much do I pay Vandy to commentate a ninja match? How quickly you're going to top out? Okay, so you're back. Are you back, Max? I'm going to go ahead and put the pieces in the chat. 3DED5F. All right, you're back. All right. Pieces are here. Players 3DED5F. This is tier 2. So I think there is a selection, a level selection, right? Duke is the lower seed. And what is the, I forget what the level rules are. I don't know anymore. Let me look at what it is. Level. Okay, tiers 2. Players take turns choosing either level 15 or 18. So 15 or 18. So Duke, you can choose 15 or 18, and then it alternates. 18 is my every turn. Okay. So Duke, up to you, whatever you want to do for the first game. I'm not the organizer of this tournament, Ninja. I am the organizer of Masters. I am not the organizer of the lower tiers. All right, 18 is fine? Okay. So I guess 18 all the way. Okay, so players, yeah, when you are ready, go ahead and enter the pieces in. They are 3DED5F. And we'll increment from there, okay? Yeah, there is a seed. It's up there. There it is. I ran it about a minute or two ago. 3D ED. There you go. Okay, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and count them down. This is the Classic Tetris Monthly Community Tier 2 semi-final. The winner goes to the finals, Max and Duke. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side, a player about whom I know very little. So my apologies, but Max is here playing in the Community Tier 2 semi-finals. In the robot, it says Max has got an 851,000 PB from the United States of America. Match database says Max has been playing in events going back to March of this year, has played a bunch on Tetris for the non-pros, has played a little bit in some other things, ELO battles. There's a ladder league community tournament, trying to make it into the finals for the first time. Max was the runner-up in the silver bracket of a Boston Tea Parody. All right, well, that is good to know. Thank you so much for that, Ninja. So this is going to be a best of 5. In the Tier 2 tournaments, players do get an alternating level selection. They can choose between 15 and 18. It appears that players have chosen to go 18 all the way. And that is just fine. On the right side of your screen, it's Duke. Duke is the father of Zro. He's the, that kid who's like the youngest max outer. Played in CTWC last year, or this year, last year, I guess, technically last year. I've played against Duke. And I lost in the semifinals of not last month. No, I won. That's right. I won. I did win against Duke, and I won in the finals. That's right. I've only played him one time. But anyway, you've seen Duke at Genesis, at Washington, Portland, some Tetris friendlies, at Jonas Cup Silver Bracket, took out T-Storm and Peter the Chair, and is trying to make it into the finals to have a shot to potentially earn his way into Tier 1. So if Duke can win this and the next match, he'll make it into Tier 1, which would be the first time he's been in Tier 1. So a lot on the line here for Duke. 198 for Max, 140 for Duke. Vandy, what's my score PB? 898,320, something like that. I forget exactly what, but it's 898. Yeah, 898,900. That's what it is. 898,900. Tetris Duke 191, 247 for Max. Stolen Short Sword says Max is the longest reigning TNP Ladder League Emerald champion. I know that those are words in the English language, and I know what TNP is, and I know what a league is. I only vaguely know what a ladder league is, and I don't know what emerald means, except it's a gemstone. So somehow, putting those words together, there's some meaning there, I'm sure. But anyway, yes, the longest reigning TNP Ladder League Emerald champion. All right, so Max kind of passing up a few opportunities to do an S spin into that T spin setup, and then finally has to block. And of course, then that's when you get the T. What happened last match? It was Andy versus Allen, and Andy took it 3-0 to get into the semifinals of December Masters. 352 for Max, 212 for Duke. Duke's first ever match was against Chris Bidwell, so a legend. 376 for Max, 260 for Duke. I mean, players doing very well down here in Tier 2. Usually in Tier 2, we've got, we've had at least 6 club zeros by this point. So players doing very well so far. 401 Max, a few lines away from level 19. Duke getting set up. Log bar in Tetris for Duke, 289. Max is into 19 at about 420 something. And Duke just going to take some easy burns. What a drama-free entry into 19. We'll have to do a bit of a delay burn. Looking on a blue J, but just going to have to take the burns. That's okay. Just keeping that board in order. Good, safe stacking here on 19. 300,000 now for Duke. 437 Max. All right, Max is on the down stack, bringing it down. Oh, that left side probably gonna be fatal. Oh, and both players topping out, actually, same time. So Max topped out at 444. Duke was topping out at the exact same time. And that is gonna be one in the win column for Max. And here on Classic Tetris Scuffedly, just type it in with the keyboard. Yo, why are the long bars highlighted on stream? I don't know, because it's data that's there and we're using it, so why not? All right, we're going to increment the seed. So go ahead and make it 4E. And they did make it 4E. Okay. Yes. Good. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris, game number 2. What's up, Sharky? All right, Duke already with the Tetris. There's one for Max. Ninja, what did you think of Kingsman's ladder match? Like, it didn't seem like a ladder match. I know what Kingsman is going for. He's got the wrestling thing going on. So if there's something called a ladder match, he's going to try to find an analog in Tetris. But really, it was just like consistency duel 5 games. And we just need one more element. Needs one more element. Otherwise, it's just, 5-game average match. Nothing really laddery about it. Margin of error is too high for players to make a mistake. Yeah, that's why I think eliminations are good. Because you're going to end up with players who are already kind of out of contention anyway, so you may as well just kind of put some stakes around it rather than making them slog on. Say, oh my God, this person might be eliminated. Instead of just like, well, they're still here, but they have no chance. That's no fun. 42,000 for Max, 91,000 for Duke. TNP Ladder League is way superior. Well, you're comparing, those things are incommensurable. You're comparing a league format with a match format. Elimination resets the average score. Not really. You could just like hide the other people somehow. Just hide them or just don't show them or block them. Yeah, just don't show them. Just put like a color source over them. I don't know. Well, maybe get Yobi to work on it. 83,000 dirty Tetris for Max 108. 169 for Duke. There we go. Another Tetris Max 133. There's one Duke 195. These players are playing very consistently. They're Tetris for Duke. Fairly drama-free. Everybody's too good. Even tier 2. Everyone's too good. Another Tetris Duke 243. 181 for Max. Would CTM Masters ever consider NTC or equivalent? Or do I like doing the score difference in my head? Well, I do like doing the score difference in my head. And I would consider it, but, there's just... I like having access to the raw feed of the players. And for, like, DAS Masters, we need to have the hertz and input display to track inputs. And we can't do that. And, yeah, I just like having the raw feed available. I think that's super important to have that analog feed. So I don't know if there's some way that I could, that would still be accessible while still having NTC. And the other problem is NTC is just kind of the calibration issues. There's no question but that it's a great technology, super fun. But, it's a hard problem to solve when everyone's got kind of dissimilar captures and different consoles. And, for on-site, I think it's great because you control all the variables. Well, or at least you try to. But it's really, really hard to depend on it. And I can't spend my whole time troubleshooting NTC, So every once in a while, I'll tune into, CTL because they depend on it. And it's like, yeah, it does seem like there's still a lot of issues, 314 for Max, 354 for Duke. Duke's been ahead the whole time here in game 2. You got spoiled by NTC to do the score differences. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It does leave you free to, do and say other things because people can follow it on their own. I still like to give the score checks, though, for the players who are listening for that. So I guess you can give it more precisely, but it's pretty rare that players need to know within less than 1,000 points of what the score difference is, right? So as long as you can get it around, 1,000 or 2,000 point difference, it's usually good enough. 362 for Max, 370 for Duke. All right, Duke. Bringing this down. Level 21, Max. Level 20 for Duke. Max starting to tighten it up a little bit. But Max also, ahead by 10, 14 lines. Something like that. Oh, kind of the early shift there for Duke, trying to get a wall charge and missed, and this is going to kind of send his whole board into disarray. That is going to be a top out for Duke, and Max had already taken the lead by that point, and Max is going to go up 2 games to none. Good survival from both players. I agree. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I wish there was a way to do all that digital stuff and have all the stats. I don't poo-poo it at all. I like having it. I want it. But did anyone see that 18 dig in the start? Yeah, you really had to fight early for a long time. So came from behind, and you're behind really the whole time. All right, players, time to increment again. I think that means that we're at 5 FED, 5F. All right, well, we are ready to go. It is game number 3. Duke up against it, needs to win this one to stay in. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I like these old school scuffsteins. Guys, this is what classic Tetris on Twitch used to look like, right? This is what everything looked like. It's cool. I mean, I like it. DIY style, you know? Brutalist. I'm into it. This is what all my early streams used to look like. All right, Max looking for something to tuck over there. Columns 8, 9, and 10. S-spin. Oh, gonna miss the S-spin. You kind of wait all that time just hoping for the blue J. And you're like, well, I better just try the spin. But anyway, he gets a dirty Tetris out of it. All right, the Vits for Max. 72,000. 96 for Duke. Stencil 1.0 was scuffed like the... yeah, that was Friday Witch Stencil. Friday Witch Stencil was scuffed. And then I made a second stencil based on it, but it was flawed from the start. So I had to make a better one. Which is basically what we have now, which is not perfect. I mean, I would love to change it just to give different directions for the camera, but it's fine how it is. 108 for Max, 131 for Duke. All right, Max's board. A little bit of a mess here. Gets the T-spin. Max in these early digs, but again, turning some lemons into lemonade with a dirty Tetris. 143 for Max, 184 for Duke. Duke trying to get set up there in column 9, is set up, gets the bar. There's the Tetris for Duke, 207. So Max clean, Duke clean, Max Tetrising 215. Same line count and about a 19,000 point lead for Duke, a little less than a Tetris. Tetris is here worth 22,800 points. Dirty triple Duke. Tetris Max 286, 269 for Duke. So Max now in the lead. But so far, very consistent, these players. You know, we have not had one single super early top out. That's what I sort of expect when I see tier 2s, but since I'm, you know, a tier 2 winner, I can say that. But no, players are playing great, consistent. And there's a Tetris Duke, 298, 313 for Max. Max gonna have to cover a little bit of an early shift for Max, so he's gonna have to recover. Okay, there's a good tee with Love, and okay, there's another one. We'll see if Duke can use this opportunity to get back in the lead. Getting a little droughty though. Oh, Duke covers just as the bar comes in, and again covered when the bar comes in. All right, there we go. There's a bar and a Tetris for Duke, 329. But Max is basically cleaned up and is set up down the middle. Another Tetris Duke, 351. And there's one Max. So neck and neck, you know, a few lines apart, a few thousand points apart. And Tetris Duke, 374. All right, Duke in a little bit of a survival situation, but opens up the right side, gets a bar down, and one burn away from 19. Max is already in at 388, Duke at 402. Max's board starting to get a little high-centered. Only get a square all the way to the left to make room for a bar, but this is going to be a lot of work. And Duke is clean and low, and this is not a survivable board for Max, so Duke gonna get on the board. And it is now 2-1. What's up, Tetris time? How's it going? Peach trees. Avi, what is up? So I think we're on 6, whatever's after F. 0. So it's 6-0, right? Yeah, 6-0. Okay. Game number 4. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Nope. Zro is here. What's up, buddy? Where does one hypothetically find Tetris Stencil 1.0? I've got it somewhere in the vault. It's in the vault. Really what it is, it's 2 boxes. There's one box. It's like a black image with 2 cutout images. One box is for the playfield, and the other box I think is for... No, I think it's really only the one box. So you're supposed to line up that one box perfectly around the playfield, and then everything else is supposed to, you know, line up perfectly. But of course, you only have like a couple of data points to try and get it right, you know, to see if it's wrong. And if you're like 1 pixel off, on that, by the time you get to the very edge of it, you could be like 6 pixels off. Like, it's just so hard to manage. And people struggled with this stencil way back in the early days. And with good reason, because it was just really hard to... all you had was one box, and you put it around the playfield like perfectly. But even then, that didn't guarantee. So it was really a challenge. So the big innovation in the stencils that I ended up making was that, you had all the little cracks and crevices in the Tetris board, and it was transparent. So you could, you had a lot of different ways to show you that if you were on or off. So you could really fine tune and tweak it, which is what the scene needed in order to accommodate, many, many different restreamers and different scenes and all this and that. So, man, whoever came up with that, second stencil, legend, pure legend. It's in a lock box. Yeah. Al Gore invented Stencil 2.0 and the internet, and he put it all in a lockbox. All right, you guys are too young to know Al Gore lockbox reference, but yeah, I'll have to find the old Friday stuff. 208 for Duke, 266 for Max. Yeah, I don't know where. Oh, I don't know where all that stuff is. It's on here somewhere, but. All right, Max uncovers, gets a long bar in, brings that stack down. There's one Duke, 306, Duke, 344 for Max. Both players clean again. And yeah, very, very good game so far. Well, all 4 games, just very, very good. Getting into 19 multiple times. $400 for Max, $365 for Duke. $492 for Max, so potential 500K transition in the offing here if he can get one more. Really just a triple somewhere, but okay. Oh no. So yeah, Max, this is going to be very tough. Needs to get something over to that right side. Has Das to get it over, and now could really just use a bar to try and knock this down like 2 rows. So we'll see what he can do. That not survivable. 560. So the chase down target for Duke, 501. 501 is the target. Duke's got a lot of time to try and get this. Tetris is here worth 24,000 and rising, going up 1,200 every level increase. So he's kind of selling a little here. That bar goes in, so he's just got to get the handle and gets the J over. Oh, kind of a rough S and Z. Like good discipline not to get, put stuff over there prematurely to the left. That's like all your instincts tell you that you want to try and get something over there and it's going to hang. But Duke with the good instincts here. And he's chunking it down. Oh, wow. Oh, he's so close. And he can't get the square to the left, and that is gonna do it. Max is gonna take this one 3-1. I thought Duke was gonna pull off an epic chase down. Didn't happen. He was so close. He was like doing it. But it is gonna be Max who will be moving on to the finals. So GG's to you, Max, and GG's Duke. I mean, listen, you got to get back up on that horse. Try again next month. That's it. That's all you can do. So I'll go ahead and report the results of this one. 3-1. Max. He's going to get one. He's going to get one. You gotta win one before that kid of yours wins something, right? You don't let that kid win anything until you do. So GG's. All right, congratulations to you, Max. 19 transition every time, super consistent, good performance really overall. So a lot to build on, and hey, any month now could happen. So GG's. All right, well, I have reported that. If you want to see the bracket, you can go see it over here. It is set. It's going to be Max versus Random in the finals. That's not happening here right now, but if you want to see the bracket, it's over on Twitch. Oh, here it is. That was your second ever CTM win. Well, congrats, Max. And now you got a chance to get a title. All right, well, that is going to do it for me. Thanks again, everybody who hung out. Really appreciate that. Thanks to those of you who supported the channel during this stream. A little bonus action here. New followers, Spitfire, T.O., Knight, Evesy with the subs. Appreciate y'all. I'll let your names come by one more time just because you deserve it. And thanks to, it looks like, wait, did we have more? Yeah, we had more. Oh, we had another contribution. I didn't see it. Cousin Avi. I did not see it because I guess it wasn't on that scene, but Cousin Avi came in with a 2980 to get us up to 651. Cousin Avi, thank you. Sorry I missed it earlier. It's just on that scene, it's not there, so I didn't see it. But thank you very much for that. We had Cousin Avi, Abby Normal, and Chris S come in. That got us up to 651. We're still very short of our goal. We haven't missed I guess we've never missed our goal. So this could be the first month that we ever do it. I don't want to do it, so I don't know what to do. Do I kick it to myself? I couldn't afford it, but I feel like I want to keep the streak going. I don't know. But yeah, thanks, Max. Thanks, Rose Dad. Appreciate that, Duke. Everybody, whoever you are. And okay, so yeah, and then of course thanks to the patrons, Scott Gray, Jane, the Window Cannon, Attack, Middlesburger, Corporal Shelby, Junior, Troy, Dan, Kim, Member, Potato, Cat, Jeff, and TJ, and Sunny, Patreon.com/monthly judges, everybody else's life. Thank you so much. All right, so the next thing that we have scheduled is Friday, believe it or not, and I think that is, I think that, yeah, that's going to be the next thing between now and then. Now, the other tournaments will launch sometime in the meantime, so there could be some January tournament stuff happening between now and then. So be on the lookout for that. Okay. Take care, YouTube, Jade, Titan, Arm, Josh, Country Balls, D. Bradley, Salty, Other Josh, Mr. Brain. Thanks for hanging out. Spider Waffle, Jungle. Have a great night. We'll see you when we see you. Take care. Bye-bye. And then you wanted me to raid somebody. I'll take a look. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on.